Do you enjoy games like Factorio, building your amazing base, but sometimes you wish you could focus more on the eradication of the native species? Let's say there was a game that mainly focused on the eradication of the biters, while keeping the fun base building. Now look no further than RiftBreaker. I have tried this game a year ago, and thought to myself, this could potentially be amazing. And now, for some bloody reason, it managed to surpass and over-deliver on every expectation I had. And now, as most new releases suffocate us with disappointment, it's a very nice change of events. Okay, let's start with a prologue. A very nice way to learn the ways of but as I played the prologue before, I knew what would happen at the end. Bunch of angry protesters swarmed my capital. This time, I was ready for them.
朋友是一个坚韧不拔的记录。
But I won it! As my confusion set in, I was quite mad. That man just stopped me from winning. Well, anyways, it's time for the campaign. We are dropped into this avatar-looking world. Sehr wonderful jungle. It's very nice. We have the mech suit, also known as Mr. Rix, and a scientist, also known as Ashley. Nice. Galatia 37, or the planet we are standing on, is wonderful, with different biomes from deep jungle with bloody mosquitoes.
Weapon dropped.
More toxic wastelands, and all of these biomes are filled with creatures that are quite opposed to your plan. And what is the plan? Well, they send us to Galatia 37 to prepare it to be colonized. You know, we all get it. The Earth gets boring time to time and you want to explore the universe. And now you have found a planet rich for resources. It could sustain your lust for adventure. And yes, with the resources, it is pretty good for later space exploration. Ashley is open-minded to this colonization stuff. Look, she likes nature and she wants to take care of it. While Rix prefers the flamethrower. Bloody forest burned out. It's everything we got. Together they make a wonderful duo. Ashley finds cool stuff and Mr. Rix annihilates it. You gather your basic resources and make sure you don't run out of electricity. As you can see, we are running out of power. This is not good. Most of our stuff will slowly shut down. Let's hope your base can survive this power outage and won't collapse like Chinese house market. Now it is time to upgrade your headquarters. This will allow you to start doing more advanced stuff. However, careful. There is always an attack incoming. And sometimes it is really hard to handle, especially in the early game. Look at this. This is like a first upgrade. What do you mean? How many? Like, this was a first attack. In campaign, it is easier. In skirmishes, progression will be paid with your blood. And now as you survived, you can build more advanced buildings. There is a butt ton of research to be done. This will require a lot of time and effort, but it is worth it because these upgrades are not just percentages. No. All of these unlock something to be used. And the weapons, look how many weapons. Here, I started to realize how awesome this game actually is. Now it's the time for weaponry and equipment. Look, you want to make Mr. Rix happy, and you have a bunch of things to give him. Surprisingly, Mr. Rix can walk. By clicking shift, you can dash. And what's that behind me? That was my movement skill. Yummy. And there's many more of them. Then we have also skills and consumables, ranging from heals, mines, granata, bigger mines, well, nuclear mines, singularity mines. What about deployable turrets? Very useful, I like this one. And many more. Of course, there are upgrades. You can increase your tankiness, build cheaper or faster, gain more resources. By pressing spacebar, you can also scan stuff and find cool things that you can dig up and get showered with resources and other stuff. Click the middle mouse button and you can scan stuff, which is pretty cool. This will help you in alien research. This is the other holy moly moment when I realized there's so many guns. In most of the games, you are like, I wish there would be more weapons. Here is so many of them. And they are all very different. I haven't even tried all of them. Talking about exceeding expectations, are we? Not to spoil you on everything, I will show you a few of my favorites. Currently, my favorite has to be Minigun, a lovely weapon of destruction. It's just beautiful. Look, we have invisible enemies. It always feels like the Predator scene. and you just start moving everything bloody down. The DPS is unrivaled. The only problem is, it just eats so much ammo, especially if you're using 2 of them at once. Next one, we have a melee weapon, the spear. Very good range and lovely for kiting enemies. Next one is this bad boy, known as nuclear missile launcher. You just hold the button, slowly charge it, come to the enemy and say hi, hello. That's lovely. There is a small exploit I found. If you hold the button and after releasing, smash the button a few times, you fire multiple nukes. Also, besides the incredible firepower it provides you, it is also very good at farming resources. Equip yourself with energy sensors. This will increase the resource and mod drop rate. Meaning, if you charge a nuke where some vegetation and enemies launch the rockets, and then just take all the stuff that's on the ground. Very profitable. Look, I can craft myself a lot of different weapons with different tiers and damages. Next playthrough, I want to give a try more to the laser because it looks cool, and the swarmer missiles. If that wasn't enough, you can also mod your weapons. And there is a lot of different stuff. I made my extreme minigun do corrosive damage, increase the amount of projectiles it fires, and also I added a bit of a lifesteal. Alright, you are still in the early game and you build yourself an orbital scanner. This will allow you to travel to different parts of the world. Yes, in campaign the starting map won't be the only map you will be playing on. Firstly, let's visit the radioactive desert. Welcome! Hope you brought your sunscreen. If not, prepare for severe sunburns. Also, there are the occasional meteor showers. Get ready for new creatures. Few arachnids here and there, and other things you would not want to meet in the night because they are teleporting and shooting everything. Oh, what a lovely place. Also be careful of the quicksand. If you build on it, your buildings won't like that and will slowly sink into the ground. If you research the right thing, you can build foundations so it doesn't happen. So why would you want to build an outpost here? Well, because this place is rich on resources, and as we are playing campaign, here you can find uranium ore. What's amazing that your small outpost will slowly grow and become huge as well, containing a lot of stuff and having their own personality. As you can see, you get extra energy from solar panels. They are so good here that I made fields of them, and I use all the extra electricity to synthesize myself carbonium and ironium respectively. Oh, and as we are getting attacked right now, there is also one more amazing weapon that I love, and that is the Flammenwerfer. It just burns everything down. It has insane amount of area of damage just burning the small fries out. And you know the trick with the nuclear weapon? If you build it right and hold it, you can fire even 4 rockets at once. It is crazy. It just eats everything alive. I told you you would need a sunscreen, but for our next place, you will need a whole hazmat suit. Welcome to the Magma Biome. This place is super hot. So hot, you cannot pretty much build anything in here. Also, the atmosphere is so thick that you will generate a small amount of electricity. And also, as you can see, there is always something happening, some special event to keep you occupied. Well, before you research stuff so you won't burn and your buildings won't burn, here is a special fungi that has special scientific reaction that will allow you to build in here. Also, cool you down. But don't you worry, after sometimes you will be able to harness the power of the magma and turn it into the electricity. Also, as you can see, this place is hostile, full of creatures that as always want to eat you. But here we are as well. Oh my god, was it 6 boss? How did I even do it? We are here to mine the Ferdinite and most importantly, the titanium. Look at this. How do I do it? And we cannot forget there's more stuff in here, like these floaty, indestructible rocks that will block your communication. You cannot build here until you get yourself a green loop. And now let's travel to the place of loop. But be careful, don't use it on yourself. It might dissolve you down. If the other places weren't enough, this place is full of disturbing things. We have here lakes of acid, very disturbing creatures. Look at that disturbing thing. It's like from Starship Troopers. My god. Purge it. Did I mention minefields, actually? And weird species of plant that is highly acidic and will slowly spread like some kind of disease. Also, the ground is kinda acidic, so your stuff will take damage. And you want to conquer these lands because of the palladium and the rhodonite in terms of these red crystals. And all of the biomes have cool things that could happen. What about sun saying screw you and just blasting you with UV rays? Few minutes later, a bloody dust storm. I cannot see anything. Dust storm. Well, at least meteor showers also hit the enemy. It was just a meteor shower, bro. It's eating everything. Acid rain actually pissed me off. Nah, mate. Look at this. Look at this. What is happening? What the f? And tornado speaks for itself. Not friendly, really. Oh my god. Time to repair, boys. Bit overwhelming. What is better, you can travel back and forward between the bases. And all the outposts you have created will supply the entire planet with the resource production, creating a massive supply chain. And with that you can create some amazing and huge builds. And here is the feeling like in Factorio. Your builds look just amazing. Your bases usually have their own personalities because the biomes will nudge you to create different and unique bases, with everything working together in harmony. And not only that, you have some cool buildings to build, from laboratories to rift station, things like fusion reactors. Everything works together very nicely and creates the feeling of accomplishment. You have many different buildings, and here's an example that blew me away. Here we pump mud, we turn it into fresh water, transport it with this pipeline. Excuse me, it's burning. No, I burned it! And here, as you can see, scheiße. Oh no, my plantage. If I didn't burn it to the ground, here you would see the water being pumped to the cultivators. The robots, as you can see, will come and plant new plants, working together with the harvesting station, where robots will harvest the plants. It is not just farming a resource node, but this progress comes at a cost. While you were building, not necessarily always you were taking care of the nature. And the nature and the natives are kinda pissed. And if you're not careful, they will take you down and burn you to the ground.
Cool bug factors.
One day you will have to answer for your actions. And God may not be so merciful.
To make sure it won't happen, you will have to build up your defenses. And you will need a lot of guns. From basic turrets, my favorite artillery units, with their long-range firepower, it's just amazing. Repair station with their drones, repairing your stuff, of course. We also have lasers and rail guns. Pretty lovely. Up to the mighty heavy artillery unit. And as you can see, there is a big variety, and you can get pretty niche. Here you have the mine laying tower. With all of these towers working together, you can stop the hordes of angry protesters. And maybe you will be the chosen one that will stop the hordes. In campaigns it won't be that problematic, but in skirmishes, be careful. This game's treatment seems very player friendly. Everything I basically expected was surpassed. And if you join games like Factorio or They Are Billions, you should definitely give this game a try. Start with Prologue and continue with campaign. Even though you are playing it for the first time, I would recommend playing it on the second hardest difficulty, because campaign isn't super hard. But don't worry, even though it's not super hard, every engagement, although it might not be devastating for you, is always exciting and is always intense, so it won't be boring. Leave me your thoughts in the comments down below, leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you're new here, consider subscribing. This is the cool place, and I will see you next time. Take care.